Oh, Bella, you better stop what you're doing, swallow what you're chewing, because I've got a big update coming at you from the latest European 2020 qualifying matches. We've got another qualifier. We'll talk about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video coming at you for the European 2020 qualifying campaign. We're into match number 8, part 3, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you are new to the channel, smash that subscribe button, keep bang up to date with all things Euro 2020, Blackburn Rovers, World Football with it all here on Warowski. That is right, we do have the second official nation going through to the tournament that takes place next summer, and I'll bring you up to date with that. You might already know. I might have given it away. Anyway, let's get going, folks. A bit of admin before we get going. I want a quick reminder to let you all that I do have a Patreon page. It is out there, and it is screaming out for your attention, boys and girls. Not only does the page exist, but the idea behind it. There are three perks and privileges to my Patreon page, ranging from just $1 all the way to $10 a month. Now, you might just think you're throwing money down the toilet by doing such a thing like this, but it isn't. It goes towards a good cause, and that good cause is me, and hopefully creating more content, better content, especially as we head into a big year next year, 2020, with the European Championships taking place in the summer. I want to make this high-grade content, and not only that, but the channel as a whole. So if you are interested in improving, helping me improve the channel, get in touch with me in the Patreon down below. There's a link there. Click on it, heads you over, and just like I said, just $1 all the way through to $10, and you'll get different perks and privileges just for taking part. Anyway, folks, let's get going, folks. Let's take a little look back now at the match day number 7, part 3. And yeah, one of these nations have joined Belgium into the tournament next summer. Can you guess? It is not Georgia and it's not Ireland. But Ireland aren't too far away there, are they, Paul? Anyway, let's get going. Talk about the results. That ended up as a 0-0 draw. All square. Very boring game. 0-0. I did see that on the horizon, but I thought Ireland would have enough to nick it 1-0. So I got that one wrong. Same group. That is over in group. Was it C or D? Switzerland, Denmark. This is the match that could decide who goes through as group winners, and Denmark did nick it 1-0 final score. I did see that fine margin. I was hoping for more goals in it, but I am with a 3-2 victory for Denmark, so I got it half right. So Denmark getting themselves into a commanding position right behind Ireland, who still lead the way, but Switzerland do have a game in hand to close the gap, and we've got massive games coming up in this group next. Moving forward, Faroe Islands took on Romania. That is over in Group F. That ended up as a 3-0 comfortable win for Romania, who look in contention in Group F to at least get the runners-up spot. So they took care of business against Faroe Islands away from home. I actually saw this as a 2-0 win for me. Malta against Sweden. That was very one-sided as well in favour of Sweden, who sits second in the table, 5 points adrift of runaway leaders Spain. 4-0 final score over in Malta. I actually went with a 3-0 win, so not too shabby indeed. Norway, though, pulled up a bit of a surprise, stopping the juggernaut that is Spain to a 1-1 draw. I actually saw this as a 3-1 victory for Spain. It's left this group very evenly poised as well, with 3 games left. You know, all the way down to Norway in 4th spot could still qualify. So we've got to keep an eye on that, especially the next games on Tuesday, because I think a victory for Spain will put them through. They're up against Sweden, though, and a win for Sweden could turn this group completely on its head. Next up, we have Bosnia-Herzegovina taking on Finland. This is over in Group J. Finland, not completely out of it just yet. They're sitting in 2nd spot at the moment, 12 points adrift. Sorry, 12 points on the table. Quite a few points adrift of Italy, who are through. Italy have made it through across the line into the tournament next summer. But Finland doing a job to a part, leading 2nd spot at the moment. But Bosnia and Armenia not out of it just yet. 2 points separate 2nd from 4th. 4-1 win for Bosnia. They went big on this one. Actually, with a 2-0 win myself for Bosnia. So I went the right way on this one. And then Liechtenstein did take on Armenia on the same day. And Armenia did, well, can only force a draw against Liechtenstein. This is a worrying performance by Armenia. Should they have won that one, they would have went up. I actually went with a 0-0 draw on this one. I couldn't believe it. I thought I might have slipped up on this one. Armenia, though, sitting in 3rd. That is a 2 points massively dropped for Armenia, who looked good heading into this. Obviously, it's just a 1 defeat in 4 prior to the draw. And Italy sealed the deal with a 2-0 win over Greece, over in Italy. And that puts them through a 100%, 7 out of 7. And just 3 goals conceded out of 7 games as well. Actually went 3-1 as well, same sort of difference. But I expected the Greeks to score a goal. So Greece look a bit out of it. In fact, they are out of it. Terrible campaign for them, unfortunately. Just the 1 win, 2 draws. There's still a chance to potentially put another 9 points on the board, but I don't see it happening. So moving forward, this is what the tables look like. Got them in backwards order. Out in Group D, it is Ireland leading the way with 12 points. Denmark are in second. Switzerland have a game in hand. Could push them up to 11 points on the board. Georgia and Gibraltar, they're just here for the ride. Meanwhile, over in Group F, Spain running away with it. 5 points clear. Like I said, a 1 win away from getting themselves through officially as group winners or just officially to get through. Sweden on the flip side, 5 points adrift. There is 9 points still to play in this group, so you're looking as down as Norway, who, if they were to win their game against Romania, they could be right back into contention as well. It is a difficult one going away from home, and we'll talk more about that game in just a second. Malta and Faroes, again, chief weapon boys in this group, and they are out, long time out. Finally, we're kicking on further to Group J. Italy lead the way, and I said they are through. Finland, Armenia, and Bosnia duking out for that second spot. Before that, a couple of weeks back or a couple of months back, Finland looked home and dry, but they've a bit of a rough patch. Back-to-back wins for them at the moment. Bosnia, though, 2 wins out of 3. Armenia, just a 1 win out of 3 as well. So it's evenly poised going into the final games. Italy have a walkover against Liechtenstein. Greece will take on Bosnia at home, so that's not an easy game for Bosnia. And Finland against Armenia, that's where it's all at. We'll talk more about those now. So let's go back, folks, and take a little look at Gibraltar against Georgia. Now, this group, as I said, Georgia had picked up 1 victory earlier in the campaign, and that was against, believe it or not, Gibraltar. So I do expect a similar sort of performance from Georgia here. They haven't set the bar alight here, but I do expect them to take home a 2-0 win against Gibraltar, who are obviously scoreless, pointless, absolutely shit show down the bottom there. They are just taking their time. They're gonna take a good few years. This is their first sort of first few endeavours into the international football competitions, qualifying competitions. So it's going to take a while before they can start getting some points on the board. Look at Luxembourg these days. They are starting to churn away and get some points on the board. It's going to take a long time for Gibraltar to get themselves into contention. So I do see Georgia taking the 3 points. That'll push them up to 8, potentially level on Switzerland, depending on what goes on between Switzerland and Ireland. I think a loss here for Switzerland will put them on the ropes and potentially they're going to have to go maybe another way. Is there another way for Switzerland to get through? I don't know. But anyway, let's talk about that game. Switzerland against Ireland. Now, they've played each other quite a few times over the years. Going all the way back to 2002, though, the recent record is 2 victories for the Swiss, 1 victory for Ireland, 3 draws along the way. Ireland like a few draws, you know what I mean? They like a few draws. In fact, you've got to go all the way back to 2003 for Switzerland's last victory over Ireland. That was in Switzerland. It was a 2-0 win back in the day. Do you want to know who the scorers were on that? Was it Murat Yakin and Alexander Fry? Is Alexander Fry still playing? I don't know. But earlier in the campaign, they did do a 1-1 draw over in Ireland. So it's 4 games unbeaten between Ireland and Switzerland in favour of Ireland. I'm actually going to side with the Swiss on this one. Home form should take it. And that concern about being on 8 points, the same amount as as Georgia, will go away. And that pushes Switzerland onto 11 points. And it's still into 3rd place, so Ireland will remain in the top 2. In fact, they'll probably remain number 1 unless they get an absolute battering by the Swiss this coming day. Moving forward into Group F, we go the Faroe Islands against Malta. This is the dead rubber between the two sides. Both come into this 6 games losing streak, both of them. Obviously, earlier in the campaign, Malta did beat Faroe Islands. Their one and only win. I do expect them to do the same. I do expect Malta to take this one. The record over the years between the two sides, going back to 2004, in fact, it's not as easy, it's not as one-sided as you think. Faroe Islands have beaten Malta a couple of times. Most recently in the Nations League, 3-1 victory for the Faroes. The last time they'd played in Faroe Islands, it went in favour of the Faroes. So 3-1 was that. And again, the same time they earlier back in 2004 they did play, and again it was a victory for the Faroe Islands. But unfortunately, I think their heads have gone on this one. I do think Malta. Sorry, scrapple that. The producer in my ear said, you know what, you got that wrong. Faroes are going to nick this one 1-0. I'm going with the Faroes. Stop the press. Stop what you're doing. Change your accumulator or whatever it is at the bookies. We're going Faroes. We're going all out on the Faroes. Meanwhile, same group. It is Romania against Norway. Now this is a must-win game for Romania, up against the Norwegian side, who are not out of it as well. The recent record between these two sides, going all the way back to 2002, favours a draw. It does favour a draw, and then it does favour Norway. 2 draws of the past 3 games, 1 victory for Norway. That Norwegian victory was the last time that these two played over in Romania. It was a 1-0 win back in the day. Now, if you can name the scorer, I'll give you a quid. No, I won't. It was Stefan Iversen. That's right, ex-Spurs player back in the day. Earlier in the 2003 campaign, it was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's at the wheel, boys and girls. He's at the wheel. So that was a long time ago. It was over 15, 16 years ago. Romania, though, come into this decent form, winning 3 of the past 4 games. Norway unbeaten in 6, just the 1 defeat all campaign. I expect that was against Spain. So this is not easy. This is not an easy task. Up ahead, and I am actually siding though with Romania to take it at home 2-0 win, and if that was to come true, that would push Romania up to 16 points. It would make Norway's route to the tournament a lot difficult, much more difficult as well, and put Romania into 2nd spot. Or will it? Will Sweden upset the apple cart and make Spain wait even further? Another month to wait if they were to slip up here against Sweden. The recent record between these two sides does favour Spain quite heavily. 4 wins of the past 6 games, going all the way back to 1978. The last victory for Sweden was, the one and only victory, was back in 2006. It was a 2-0 win in Sweden. Johan Almouda and Marcus Alback was the scorers. Earlier in the campaign, Spain did take care of business against Sweden 3-0. That was over in Spain. In a previous qualifying campaign, Spain won both of them, both in Sweden and away. I must say the games when they're in Sweden are much tighter and much closer than they are when played abroad. Sweden come into this, like I said, with just the 1 defeat in the past 6. Spain look good right now, but they did slip up a little bit against Norway. I don't think it's going to happen this time around. I think Spain will get the victory, 3-1 final score, and that should push them through to join Italy and Belgium into the tournament for 2020. Sweden will have to wait, or at least play tough ball against Romania. The remaining fixtures for this group, because it is evenly picked, Spain will take on Malta. I think there's only 1 game left, actually. Spain take on Malta. Romania can take on Sweden. That will be a basically win and you're through sort of job. Norway on the flip side, after this, take on the Faroes. That should be a stone cold win for them as well. So Norway need to get a result against Romania. If they don't, you know, it looks like they're done and dusted. Kicking on further to Group J. It is a very, very evenly matched Group J with 3 teams looking for 2nd spot at the moment. In fact, I've missed Israel against Latvia. Israel against Latvia. I was getting ahead of myself there. What group is Israel against Latvia in? That is a very, very, very good question. I think they're in Group G. I think they are in Group G. Yeah, what a confusing little thing. A confusing thing, this. So Israel against Latvia is over in Group G. Now, I think I put the stats on that for that. But anyway, I'll paint the picture. So Israel currently 5th in Group G with 8 points on the board. Latvia have 0, 7 defeats out of 7. I remember the day when they were half decent. And when I say half decent, they were okay. They weren't a chief whipping boy like they are right now. So Israel should really walk this game. They come into this though on a right bit of shit form, without a win in 4. In fact, 3 defeats out of the past 4 games as well. Latvia on the flip side, like I said, 7 defeats out of 7, just the 1 goal scored. So a win for Israel could push them up to 11 points, which will put them level in 3rd place with North Macedonia and Slovenia, who play today. They play on Sunday, so these guys they're getting ahead of their action a little bit. For me, I'm actually going to go with a stone cold Israel win, 2-0 win in the end, and that should push them up to 11 points. But we'll have to wait and see what that does to the table. We'll probably I don't know when we'll revisit these. So kicking off further to Group J. Sorry about that, I got a little bit waylaid. Finland against Armenia. Armenia sit in third spot. Finland are in second. And a bit of a rough patch for Finland at the moment. Back-to-back defeats in their campaign, losing to Italy and Bosnia. 2 difficult games, though. Obviously, they've got Teemu Pukki, who's scoring goals for fun in the domestically and internationally. Against an Armenian side who slipped up a bit against Liechtenstein. Just the 1-1 draw. In fact, they've just got 1 win in the past 3 games, and that victory was against Bosnia. So, you know what I mean. But it's over in Finland. Now, the recent record between these two sides is 4 victories for Finland, 0 wins for Armenia, 1 draw along the way. So, I'm going to side with Finland to snatch it. 3-1 win. And that could push them up to 15 points. It won't be out of reaching distance just yet, but it'll be close. It'll be very close. Next up, we have Greece against Bosnia-Herzegovina. Bosnia not out of this as well. They've got a good chance to get themselves right into the conversation should they get a result against Greece. Greece against Bosnia over the years, going back to 2011, sides with a draw for the most part. There has been 1 victory for Bosnia back in 2013 in Bosnia. So the record over in Greece is all draws, I'm afraid. We're going all the way up to 2011. So these two are evenly matched on the face of things when playing in Greece. And like I said, Greece have just hit an absolute shit show of form. They don't look anything like I was expecting they could be. So they sit 5th in the table, 5 points on the board. Bosnia on the flip side, 2 wins out of 3. Good form for them. Will they get the win? I think so. I think that a victory, a 2-1 win in the end over in Greece. And that should push them up to 13 points, potentially to second spot if Finland slip up against Armenia or a draw or something like that. And then wrapping it up, we'll just plough through it. It's a 6-0 win for Italy against Liechtenstein. No brainer, boys and girls, because they're already through. Liechtenstein are a chief whipping boys. And that is all I got for you. Make sure you get your predictions in nice and early for this group. These games take place on Tuesday. Don't know the date off the top of my head, can't think. That'll be Tuesday, the 15th of October. So be sure to get your predictions in nice and early. And a quick reminder that I'm doing live tomorrow on Monday for championship predictions on the YouTube. Be sure to check that out. Best way to find out is smash the subscribe button. It'll let you know when I'm going live. Same deal on Tuesday with Premier League games because they return next weekend as well. And we also got another live show on Thursday. That is the Champions League. Boys and girls, games are coming thick and fast everywhere. And let you know that I'll be back live probably with a watch along on Saturday against Blackburn Rovers against Huddersfield. All eyes on us because that's the only game taking place at that time. So come join us. Then you can go enjoy your own game at 3 o'clock. Keyboard Warrior, that's me. Yeah, behind the keyboard. Sit behind the keyboard. And all that kind of good stuff. Anyway, folks, be sure to get your predictions in nice and early for this one. And then we come back again in November. And we'll round up these results, see how we all got on. And then I got to start working on some other European 2020 content because come November we'll have a good indication of a huge bunch of the nations that have gone through to the tournament that takes place next summer. I got a lot planned, so stand by for that. Anyway, I'm going to let you get out of here. Make sure you smash the thumbs up if you are new, or just smash the thumbs up anyway. Give the video some love. Smash the subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all very soon. Cheers. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.